Okay, so this is when my father-in-law died. Yeah, he died a couple years ago, and he had a heart attack and I think stroke, but it could have just been a heart attack. But he was going in for triple bypass surgery, and he died shortly thereafter. Now, my in-laws live a couple hours away from us, so a couple weeks after he had died, we'd gone down there to stay the weekend with my mother-in-law. Now, I don't go around going, ghost, 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 your spirits everywhere, blah, 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 blah. I don't do that. It's not my thing. It's not like I see them everywhere or want to see them everywhere. Wasn't even thinking, Fred is his name, I wasn't even thinking Fred was stuck or anything. I just assumed he went to the light. So when we walked into the house, boom, Fred was there. I could feel him like he was in my face, but he wasn't in my face, but it felt like it. He was there. His presence was so there. I was like, oh, holy crap, Fred's here. And my husband's like, what? What? I go, he's still here. He hasn't gone anywhere. And I also knew that he didn't know he was dead. I'd never come across that. I learned something new every time. I've never come across somebody I knew in life who died and didn't know they died. So guess what? I have to explain it to him. So anyway, we get settled. I didn't say anything to my mother-in-law, of course. We get settled. The kids are off probably with grandma, maybe in the pool or something like that. And I decide to go find Fred because it's a decent sized house, and I kind of had an idea of where he was. His favorite place, his home office, because he did a lot of business there. So I go creeping in, and sure enough, he was sitting at his desk doing his thing, and he was like, hey, like that, like, and I'm going, hi, you know, and I come and I sit down on the other chair, and it was the weirdest conversation because I was just talking to him like I normally would, but I've never had to explain to somebody that I knew in life that they had now died. So I was like, okay, Fred, I don't know if you realize this, but that heart attack that you had and the surgery, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you died. And he's like, what? Like he was shocked and confused and like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you did. And I was like, kind of look around you. Have you noticed that your day is different? Your existence is different. It's not like a normal. And I went through everything I would say to anybody who's passed over and didn't know they were dead, just to help them come to terms with it. And I think when it started to dawn on him, like, I don't think he saw it. Like, it took somebody to say something to him before he could look around and really open himself up to the fact that he wasn't there, and it was, whatever his existence was different. I do know that. I go, nobody's talking to you, you're not interacting, you know, whatever it is. He was like stunned. So then I went through my spiel about he can go to the light and it's okay, and there's no dogma like what we're taught on this side, that there's no dogma. God is a forgiving God. I don't believe in hell. I believe if there's a hell, it is for demonic and lower entities that were never human. I really do. I think God, if anything, you go into a purgatory for a little bit. You don't stay there. And you go to heaven. You learn your lessons and you go. And you can come back to life if you want, or you don't have to. I mean, it's up to the soul and what they want to learn and what they want to do. That's just my belief. So I was explaining that all to him, and I go, once you go to the light, once you touch the divine and God and all that, you can come back whenever you want. It's not prison. People, you know what I mean? You can come back and visit relatives, friends, whatever. You can go wherever you want to. But just please go to the light. And I go, see the light there. And I just said all the things I normally say to them to comfort them and everything like that. And he did. He just kind of got up and walked off and just disappeared on me. And he was gone for a long time. Like, whenever I did come back, I didn't feel him. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm so happy. You know, I didn't want him to stay there for an insane amount of time. before he eventually did. He would, all stuck spirits will eventually get unstuck. It just, in our Earth time, could be hundreds of years. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different. I don't know everything, and I don't claim to know everything. Far be it from me. I'm not God. I know I'm not God. These are the things that I feel and interpret it, and sometimes spirit guides, angels will tell me certain things, so to help me understand, so I can explain it. So, and I did send him with angels too. I had angels come and take him, help him to the light. So weeks and months go by, and when we would visit, and he wasn't there. And then I haven't been in a while there, but my husband said that he's back. Like, I think, but that's okay, because I said you can come back and visit. Just go to the light, come back. But I haven't been there. But he said that he was sleeping in his room in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden he just felt somebody standing over him, like just standing, staring at him. He was like, "Okay, Fred, go away. That's enough." You know, he just talks to him. Like, please go. Oh, I kicked my camera. Whoops. So anyway. So, and then he said another time he was in the TV room, the movie room, and he fell asleep on the recliner chair. And it's 2 in the morning, so the kids are sleeping in their bedrooms. Melissa, my mother-in-law, is in her bed sleeping. You know what I mean? He's the only one in this room. And all of a sudden he felt the recliner being pushed up and down really hard. And he was like, ugh. He's like, "Okay, Fred. Okay, I got it. Yeah, really funny." And then he told him to go away. So, you know, stop and everything. And he did. So he's not doing, I think that's all he's ever done. But I just told Fred, because you can talk to him anywhere. It's not like there's time and distance. There is no time or distance or anything, space. So I just told him, here, please don't scare the children. I know he could hear me no matter where he's at. Just don't frighten the children. That's all I ask. And so he hasn't. So that's my story about my father-in-law.